all the media, they went crazy. The craze fans, the people jumping in our DMs talking crazy, right?
Man, by the way, I got death threats.
Crazy.
From every social media that I own. Every social media account I own, I got death threats on. Go ahead and give me heat, baby.
But I want to clarify
But just know this. Keep my kids' name out y'all mouth, dog. Like, y'all can talk trash to me all day. Y'all can say what yada yada, death threat to Mr. Cheetah, whatever you want to say to Mr. Cheetah. Y'all can do that. Please, man. Just keep my family off limits, man. 'Cause that's all I ask. That's all I ask.
Seriously, people? Death threats? Death threats? So somebody sent me a link to the Sun Sentinel, which is the local rag down here in South Florida, and you're not going to believe this headline. Dolphins Tyreek Hill says he received death threats over Tua Tagovailoa, Patrick Mahomes comparison. Seriously, death threats. Death threats. Because he dared to compare Tua to Patrick Mahomes. Are you kidding me? What the absolute is wrong with people these days? Tyreek changes teams, signs a big contract, moves to South Florida, gives his opinion on his own podcast. The media pounces, fans go nuts, and now he's getting death threats to him and his family. Come on. I blame this on the media, especially those idiot sports journos who do nothing but seek to denigrate the Miami Dolphins. It's become their mission to do nothing but denigrate and hate on the Miami Dolphins. I have a small YouTube channel. It's growing, thanks to you. But even I see the vitriol, the hateful comments that people post about Tua, Tyreek, and the Miami Dolphins. It's insane what I see. So I couldn't imagine what a big, high-profile NFL wide receiver, what kind of comments he must be receiving. Thankfully, YouTube has some filters to get some of the crap out, but you just wouldn't believe it. These are people who are sitting there, as Tua said, keyboard warriors, who are out there just typing stuff out, just nasty comments that they would never have the balls to say to somebody in person. Never. They would never do it. A lot of them hide behind avatars and fake accounts anyway, but the ones who do put their own face or name on it, and they still put out these comments, they would never say it to somebody if they saw them in person. But to take these comments so far as to issue death threats, that's peak insanity. I don't know if it's a sign of the times that we're in, but it's nuts. People have completely lost their minds. You have Deshaun Tugme Watson out there doing unspeakable things to women over in Houston. But is he getting death threats? I haven't heard that. But obviously Tyreek is getting death threats. Does that make any sense to you? Does it make any sense to you that a guy who has basically looked to do crazy things with women, 60, 100 of them, is basically lauded and supported in many circles in the NFL and around the Twitter universe? But Tyreek Hill and Tua get this kind of hate? It's insane. So in Tyreek's most recent podcast, he talked about all this crap that he's been enduring. Let's listen to a couple segments.
So for that purpose, all the media, they went crazy. The craze fans, the people jumping in our DMs talking crazy, right?
Man, by the way, I got death threats.
Crazy.
From every social media that I own. Every social media account I own, I got death threats on.
Insane.
Which is ridiculous. Which I love it, Right. We all know Patrick Mahomes is great.
Every social media account that he has, he's received death threats. So that means people are actually seeking him out. They're going to Instagram. They're going to Twitter. They're going to Facebook. I don't care what level of hate you have for the Dolphins as a team. Going after somebody personally is sick. Going after him just because they compare Tua to Mahomes? Seriously? Let's listen to more.
We know that.
Right.
We know that.
He's great. Right.
But right now I'm going into a new season.
Right.
With a new quarterback who's trying to head in the same direction as Patrick,
right?
And do great things and lead this team to a Super Bowl championship,
right?
So
who's also great,
who's also great in my opinion.
He just,
in my opinion,
he just doesn't have the accolades behind it.
He just doesn't have the accolades of yet.
He doesn't have the accolades as of yet, is what Tyreek just said. I don't think enough people are taking it into account. Again, I'm not going to go back through the history of him being hurt and then the COVID and everything else. But come on, man. The guy did have some accolades. He came out of college as a number 5 draft pick. He was awesome. Yes, he has to perform. He did perform. He was very accurate. But to say that he's trash, he's garbage, and some of the things I've been seeing in the comments that even I get is insane.
Speaking my opinion, man. I've had a chance to play with both of the guys. Yep. Patrick is very accurate. But I just feel like going into my new season, I play with Tua now, dog.
And we've seen some of the media pundits, some of the sports analysts.
It's crazy.
You practice with him for 6 hours. You practice with him for 6 minutes.
You practice with him for just.
That is so true. Some of these media people out there are just completely over the top. This guy's running routes. Practice? Yeah, I understand. It's just practice. But he's an elite NFL receiver. You don't think he can tell what a quarterback can deliver? You think you sitting at home, you think you sitting on Twitter know more than an NFL wide receiver? Are you kidding me?
But here's the thing.
You ain't played a preseason game with him.
Here's the thing. They haven't practiced with him at all.
You guys
So how is their opinion what it is?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Can I just punctuate that? How does your opinion, sitting behind a keyboard in Minnesota someplace or New York, have any idea what kind of rapport an NFL wide receiver is having with a new quarterback? You don't.
You've played with both. You've practiced with him. Whatever you've done with him, you've seen something in Tua that makes you say,
right,
Pat for the long ball,
right,
Tua for the accuracy.
So what you're saying is, how does your opinion matter over Tyreek's opinion?
So tell me, how does a sports journal like Rich Eisen, Stephen A., some of these guys out there, how does their opinion matter more than Tyreek Hill's? He's out there running the routes, sweating in the hot Florida sun, chasing down the balls. But your opinion means more than what he's saying. How does that even happen? How do people even watch these shows and say, oh yeah, the sports writers say you suck, so that must be how it is? They don't have any clue. None. But yet you put credence in what they say.
Bingo. But that's what they want, right?
I just don't get it.
But they also have to understand on their platform that that's their opinion, but they got to understand that it's a large mass of people that take their opinion as being a fact.
Boom. They get on the airwaves. They spew their venom. They're not putting a little disclaimer on the screen that says, this is my opinion. They're not saying that. They're just out there talking into a camera, pretty much the same as I'm doing right now. But they're saying something, and they're not letting the vulnerable-minded people out there understand they're only giving an opinion. They have no idea. Everything they say is based upon an opinion. If they knew what was going on, they'd all be gazillionaires because they would predict every game before it even happened. They would know who was going to win. Just go ahead and get on DraftKings and make $1 million each week. Boom, I'm going to put 50 grand on the Jets this week. I know they're going to win because you know why? I'm a sports journal. I got the knowledge, man. I got it. No, it's an opinion.
And that's what happened with, media pundits, the journalists. They automatically see that person's opinion.
Exactly.
And they take it as a fact. And now they have a biased perception of who you are and what you are.
They take it as fact. They pretend it's real. And now they do generate biased opinions. How do you think that all of the vitriol about Tua Tagovailoa has gone from him being a star player at Alabama to a crap player at Miami? They're not looking at the stats. They're not watching game films. They're listening to these pundits on TV give their opinion.
Actually see it.
Exactly, man. So sports world, you see that? You see the way we can just sit here and just take your takes, listen to your opinions, and just say,
that's their opinion.
That's your opinion.
Love that. That's exactly what I do. I'm not going to be a stat guy. I'm never going to be a stat guy. I'm not a stat junkie. I'm not here to say, somebody threw for 375 yards and 2 touchdowns and had 2 picks and looks like it. No, that's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in telling stories. I'm interested in critiquing and giving my opinion. I'm going to leave the stats and all that crap to other people all season long. I think it's most important to dig into the stories. This stuff is much more compelling than just spitting out numbers. Anybody can do that. But being able to just dig into the meat of a story and let you guys know what really is being said is what's important to me. Let's continue.
That's on you. Right. But you guys just take offense to what I say. I have no idea why. Am I like the bad guy in the situation? Am I the villain?
Am I the bad guy in this situation? Am I the villain? Everybody needs a boogeyman. It's been drilled in our heads since we've been kids. There's a adversarial person and there's a person you like. And that's all been crafted. We've watched horror movies our entire life. We've watched shows with villains. Right now, they are making Tua and Tyreek the villains. Now listen to this. Listen to this crap by Stephen A. And tell me if you don't think this is going to be influencing the nut jobs out there to feel the way they do about Tyreek and Tua. Listen to this.
He lying his ass off. Let's get that out the way.
He lying his ass off. Let's get that out the way. He lying his ass off. Who talks like that in real life, man? Tell me who talks like that in real life. This dude's a caricature, and people are buying into it. He's making a ton of money because people are buying into it. He lying his ass off.
And number two, he should be ashamed of himself, and he should...
And look at Shamu. Look at... Just nodding ahead. Meanwhile, Molly looks like she had some bad lunch or something. But it's amazing. And the other guy, Marcus Spears, just nodding along, giving Stephen A. all the props, all the fuel, keep going, keep spewing. And of course, Stephen A. is more than happy to do that. Listen to this stuff.
Or he should be immediately drug tested. He's clearly being paid.
He should be drug tested because of his opinion. Think about what he just said. He just said that a grown-ass man who has an opinion that differs from his should be drug tested. I think Stephen A. should be drug tested. What do you think? But let's listen to some more of this crap.
Big up the quarterback. Because there's no other explanation. There's no other explanation for saying
he's a
the
great
stuff that
hype
he just
man.
clearly he's getting paid.
I like to be a hype
we
man.
need
I
you
do it
to
every
be.
day.
We need you. He's clearly being paid not just as the wide receiver, but to be the sports psychologist to big up Tua Tagovailoa.
You hear this stuff? Tyreek Hill was brought to Miami not to catch passes and make touchdowns, but to be the psychologist for Tua Tagovailoa. You understand what kind of nut jobbery these people are spewing on a daily basis? You understand how they could be fueling the fire? Why would you talk that way about a grown man? Why would you say a man is obviously insane or on drugs and then being paid to be a psychologist? Why would you even say that? Obviously for clicks and ratings. But don't you understand? This is a man. This is a guy. This is a guy with a family. And you're talking this crap about him. There's no excuse. And Spears just doing like this and just completely supporting every amount of vitriol that this idiot is saying. That's completely wrong. But it continues.
Lower. Because there is no excuse to say the nonsensical stuff that he spewed out of his damn mouth.
So Tyreek spewed nonsensical stuff. But this stuff is sensical. Gotcha.
Unless he needs to stay off the weed.
Everybody that Stephen A. disagrees with must be on the weed. I wonder if Stephen A. takes his own advice to heart. Dude, stay off the weed. Because obviously you're on something, man. I don't know what it is, but you're on something and you're being paid to get out there and spew. You're getting paid to get out there and tap dance. This is wrong, man. This is really wrong. Tyreek's a guy. He's a man. And he's a man with a family, and you're saying this stuff on national TV. Should be ashamed of yourself, brother.
Saying that was your opinion,
right?
As opposed to, trying to jump down your throat and go crazy. Oh, he's smoking weed. Yeah, you being facetious, but your suit was facetious. Come on.
God, his suit was facetious. Love it. Boom. Dig it back at him. Give it right back to him. Gotta love that. You're out there making your opinion, but you're facetious. Your suit is facetious, Stephen A. Love that. Love that. Let's go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I said it. Your suit was facetious.
The only thing I got to get off my chest is, man, I just want to tell people, man, look, man, I've been playing football my whole life.
Right.
My whole entire life, man. And football is really all I know. You know, of course, I played basketball. I ran track. I played baseball. You know, I wrestled a little bit, you know, but football was my moneymaker.
Right.
You know, and when I was in high.
This is the guy's livelihood. This is what the guy does for a living. This is how he makes his money. And you're making fun of him and you're just completely denigrating him. And you're probably wishing him ill. You're probably wishing, some of these people out there probably wish if they want him dead, they obviously don't want him to succeed.
High school, you know, I had a chance to really learn about the game of football.
Right.
And, you know, I thought I was, you know, I thought, well, I knew football was going to take care of me and my family. My senior year, man, my senior year of high school, me and my grandparents, we living together. You know, we didn't have no lights for a whole entire year. So I had.
Whoa. They didn't have any electricity in their home for an entire year. How many of you watching this right now have faced that kind of adversity in your life? I bet not many, if any. Can you imagine living a year with no electricity and then overcoming that adversity, pushing through it, becoming better for it, elevating yourself to the point where you're an elite wide receiver in the NFL making hundreds of millions of dollars? And you get somebody like Stephen A saying, get off the weed. That's insulting. Did Stephen A even know where he came from? Did Stephen A even know the hardship and struggle and adversity that Tyreek Hill has obviously endured? And now that he's made it, per se, you want to say the guy is basically insane, needs to be drug tested, needs to get off the weed? No wonder people are sending out death threats. It's crazy.
You know, and there would be some nights like there would be some nights I wouldn't even, you know, there would be some nights, you know, my mom would just cry all night.
How many of you have just seen your mom cry as a child, not knowing what you could do to help your mom? Obviously, Tyreek had a plan, but he was just a young kid. And you get guys like Stephen A who are out there saying he's insane and needs to get off the weed. Shameful, man. Absolutely shameful.
All night. And then I just wake up and then just go try to like comfort her and show her some love. And I can just remember myself telling myself from then on that we'll never ever live like that ever again.
Right.
In my whole entire life. If I'm on this earth, my parents will not live like that. And ever since then, so then I went to JUCO. But before I went to JUCO, I told my mom we'll never ever live like that again. When I come.
How do you express hate towards that? How do you express hate towards a guy who lived through a year with no electricity, watched his mom cry, and as a junior college, JUCO means junior college, as a junior college athlete said, I'm going to take care of mom. That's the guy you want to denigrate? That's the guy you want to send death threats to? Shame on you.
Back, I promise you, I'm going to be a millionaire and then I'm going to move you out of that situation that you're in. So let's fast forward today. The reason I play this game is for my family. I do this shit for my family, dog. So, man, like, just being able to like, change my family life, change our whole dynamic, you know.
Do you know how many black men, do you know how many young black men have no idea about family? They have no idea what it means to take care of a woman, to take care of a child, to take care of your parents. This is the type of person you want to uplift. This isn't the person you want to denigrate on national TV. This isn't the person you want to issue death threats to. That's why Tua and Tyreek are now being treated this way. They are in a different class of people. I didn't even know this stuff about Tyreek. I said, I have to listen. I got to tell you guys, in case you haven't seen it. Did you know how committed he was to his family? You wouldn't know it by watching ESPN.
Being able to take care of my kids, you know, set my kids up for life, bro. Like, I love playing the game of football. I'm very passionate about it. I love my job, man. But at the end of the day, dog, I got to take care of my family, man. Right? You know, because they are the one.
At the end of the day, I got to take care of my family. He could have stopped the interview right there. He could have turned the podcast off, and right then and there, he could have gave everybody basically the middle finger. I don't care what you have to say. This is my family, man. You go ahead and watch your clown show on ESPN. I'm going to get out here and take care of my family. Salute, Tyreek. Salute.
They are the ones who supported me. Mm-hmm. They are the ones who comfort me whenever I'm going through whatever I'm going through in life. You know, so shout out to grandparents, mom, dad, everybody, man. So when I signed my deal with the Dolphins, you know, Coach McDaniels and the owner, Mr. Ross, they really changed my family life. I'm going to go hard to the day.
Mr. Ross. He's talking about Stephen Ross, the Miami Dolphins owner. Did you feel the empathy that he's been talking with? Do you feel the strong attachment he's got to, quote, Mr. Ross in such a short period of time? People will probably denigrate him for saying that. People will probably come after him because he said Mr. Ross. But that's respect, something that Stephen A. and Marcus Spears don't have.
Day I die, and that's all I gotta say, man. So if anybody want to give me heat for doing what's best for me and my family, then go ahead and give me heat, baby.
But I want to clarify
just know this: keep my kids' name out y'all mouth, dog. Like y'all can talk trash to me all day. Y'all can say what yada yada, death threat to Mr. Cheetah, whatever you want to say to Mr. Cheetah. Y'all can do that, but please, man, just keep my family off limits, man. Cause that's all I ask. That's all I ask, you know, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. There's not much more I can say about this. Tyreek obviously is a stand-up guy. He's taking care of his family. He's committed to the Dolphins. And you clowns on ESPN and you people who want to send death threats can basically kiss his ass. This guy is focused. I hope it showed you a different side of Tyreek that you may not have seen before. And that's all I have to say. Like he said, the rest is history. I can't add to that. If you watch that and still feel that this young black man isn't different, if you feel like he's just some kind of hood rat, if you feel like he's just worthy of your vitriol and hate, then I can't help you, nor do I want to try. It's sad. You're a sad, pathetic, worthless human being if you want to give death threats to somebody like that and his kids. No help for you. No help for you whatsoever. Hey, listen, if you're watching this and you got through this entire video and you feel enthused about the Miami Dolphins, go ahead, click here and watch one of my other videos about the Miami Dolphins. Talk to you soon.
And the rest is history.